So today I would like to introduce you to your pen and ink. So here I have your ink. You have Higgins Black Magic, but any India ink will do. And then you have a pen, I'm already making a mess, and a quill. And so these probably came separately, although they may have come together. Your quill is just a metal nib. I don't know if you can see, but it's ever so slightly split down the middle, and then there's a little hole here that becomes the well. So when you unwrap this, you just take the nib and you tuck it into this little groove that's in the top of the plastic pen. Yours may be larger or smaller. They're going to work the same way. One's just going to give you a finer line. So that we can all see what we're doing today, I am going to use the larger one. And then I like to have my ink handy, and it's messy, you guys, and I'm clumsy. So I always have a paper towel around as well. And then something to rest the dropper in, because we're not necessarily going to use the dropper. I'm just gonna empty the dropper, set it someplace carefully, and then set it aside. And then we can take the ink and dip the quill into the ink about halfway. And then I've created a little value scale in pencil on the right-hand side of my drawing paper. And I'm just gonna start experimenting with this pen and ink. So I have it at a slight angle to the paper, not straight up and down and not sideways. And I'm just kind of scratching away at the surface and seeing what it does. So I thought we would just create a little value scale down here. And as this is the darker end, I can put as much ink on it as I want. So when I depress lightly, I get a very thin line. When I push a little harder, I get a little bit of thicker line and lay down more ink. And then eventually you'll see the line starts to become a little pale, and you know you need to go back into your ink and get a little bit more on there. You don't need to swish it around, you don't need to splash it, you don't need to go too deep, just get enough ink on there, and gravity can keep it fed. Also, you don't want to push too hard on the nib because you can damage it if you do. So you want to just gentle pressure on it, and so that you don't bend it and break it. And also when you're storing your pens, clean them well with a paper towel before you put them away. I just like to lay it on the paper towel and just sort of pull the ink off of the end, and then store it somewhere carefully so its tip is not going to get bent or damaged. So I use this like little empty tin to keep my pens and ink in.